And so women are afraid, like I'm speaking in a more, that's just my natural cadence, but I'm speaking in a more slow and, maybe even sensual way right now. And I'm talking to you, the camera.
She's seducing the camera.
I'm seducing you, I'm flirting with you, but I'm literally talking about a camera. But it's this insinuation.
When I'm with him, I'm so calm.
Yeah.
So naturally, I would drop my tone, my voice. So when I'm talking to him, we're just hugging. And I'm just like, yeah, so what are you doing over the weekend? Like that. And he goes to me, even the way you speak is so sexy. I'm like, hey everyone, welcome back to the Cilia show. It's your girl Cilia. What a coincidence that I lost my voice, but I think I sound quite sexy actually, and it goes with what you just heard, seduction, the sexy voice. Anyway, so last week was part 1 when we spoke a lot about how to be more feminine. We spoke about dancing, we spoke about self-love, and this week in part 2 we answered the audience's questions where seduction came up a lot actually. So if you haven't watched part 1 yet, link is in the description below, and enjoy part 2. Yeah, okay. Let's answer the audience question.
Oh yes,
okay.
let's do that.
Okay, so a guy actually asked this. Do you think you've discovered your femininity in its entirety? You answer it first.
Oh my god! Wow, that's a
Good
very
question.
impressive question.
Yeah.
Yes, and I will gladly say no, and I hope the answer will always be no, because I believe that life is a continual journey. For me, I've always seen my level up journey. That's how I brand leveling up, is continual. It's lifelong. If I'd finished my femininity journey a year ago, I would have never become healthier. Right. And there are other things that I want to do. I want to make more money. I want to become a mother. There's an aspect of my femininity I haven't tapped into because I've not had children yet. So yeah, the answer is absolutely not.
I love that answer. Yeah. So same with me. Yes, is no. And I didn't think of what you just said, but that's a really good one. Yeah, no, because like I'm still working on certain things. For example, sometimes I do think if I have not done certain things in a day, I'm not being productive. I'll be like, oh shit.
Right.
But again, that's very a masculine way of doing things. But again, there's nothing wrong with that. But I do want to, in my work life, I do want to be in my career, be more feminine, like build my business like you, being more in my feminine, not just in my everyday life and love life. So yeah, but I think also, like you say, it's a journey. For example, let's say if you become a mother, that's a different type of femininity you discover.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
yeah, so there's
It's
more
like
to discover.
your health journey. Like it would be ridiculous to say, okay, I've hit my goal with my health journey. I'm gonna stop exercising now. I'm gonna stop working out. I'm gonna stop because it's like every different stage of your life is gonna require something different from you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Next question. Does femininity come naturally to you, or is it a learned thing that you incorporate?
Oh wow, these questions are good.
Yeah.
Feminine. I would say feminine energy because they're different things.
Explained actually.
Femininity is the expression. Feminine energy is who you are. So you can think of it like this: femininity can be the way the things you wear, the way you talk, all of those. Those are all expressions. But feminine energy is who you are in your core, your spirit, your values, your personality. And so, remind me, what was the question?
Does femininity come naturally to you, or is it a learned thing that you incorporate?
Yeah, so femininity and the expression side didn't come naturally to me, but I've always been feminine. I've always been more soft. I've always been a very creative, happy-go-lucky, intuitive, nurturing person. But I didn't know how to express those sides of myself. It was kind of even like society wipes it out of us, tries to from a young age. You're a little girl, you fall down, don't cry. Like big girls don't cry. That's a thing. It's like, yeah, big girls should cry. We need to release. So no, it didn't always come naturally to me, but it is who I am. What about you?
Same. I used to be quite masculine in sense, also my mindset as well. All because I was my dad and my granddad, because growing up, and in Chinese culture anyway, if you don't do things efficiently, because time is money, if you don't do it efficiently, you're rubbish, you're useless. So I've always had that mindset back then growing up, like, okay, I got to do things the smart way, the quickest way, and if I didn't, they would say comments like, oh, like, you're so stupid, sort of thing like that. So I value doing things, have to get things done. So I remember when I used to be an events manager, I was known the girl, she gets stuff done. She gets shit done. Like, she's sharp. She gets shit done. So I love that label.
Yeah.
I get stuff done.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. Obviously, it's nice, but I just never knew how to slow down and be know what being feminine means. In fact, I didn't even know what being feminine means. I just thought being feminine was soft spoken, just gentle, nice shy, like Chihuahua maybe, Paris Hilton kind of.
Chihuahua. I think I wanted those when I was younger. I was like, I want to have a pink bag and put my dog inside.
Yeah, and wearing dresses all the time, pink all the time. But I'm a bit of a tomboy, to be honest. Growing up, I still love my tracks, but I always like it to. I like tomboyish look, but with the sexy side of things, like Aaliyah. Like for example, tracksuit bottom with crop top and then heels. I think that's just a sexy look.
Yeah.
But but does it come naturally to me? Yeah, some stuff it does. Yeah. I love to submit to a man. I happily submit to a man, because I like them to take care of me.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is somewhat natural. Yeah.
I think I may be too submissive. I'm like, you just make all this. I'm very good at following instructions. Yeah. That's one thing I've learned. I'm like, yes, I will.
Talking about that, right? Following instructions. Some women who, I've seen it a lot. Some women, they're very guarded. They're dressed all very sexy, feminine. Yeah. But then when they maybe meet a guy was like, oh, tell him to do something. Maybe it's, oh, come with me, blah, blah, blah. And then she'll be like, don't tell me what to do.
Right.
Who are you to tell me? It's like, like, relax.
That's literally the cloak of femininity.
Yeah, you're very masculine right now, and you're trying to, so deep down inside, are you trying to tell me that you don't want a man to take care of you, to be able to, like alpha? I don't even like the word alpha. I'm not gonna lie to you.
No.
Like a masculine man to take the lead, like we all do. Deep down inside, every woman would like to be taken care of.
Yeah.
This hyper independent
thing
is just.
You don't want it, and then you experience it. I've seen so many women be like, I wish I didn't believe that I want to do stuff. And actually, like, I wanted to share something, because I think that's a sensitive spot for many women, even the word submission, or the idea that you would want someone to take the lead, because the fears come up. What if this person leads me the wrong way? What if they don't know what they're doing? Blah, blah, blah. Also, I want you to understand that part of being feminine is like you are extremely powerful. It's like a rock and a valley and water, right? The rock is solid and it's hard, and you might look at the stream of water and say the water can't do anything. But I see femininity as a soft, gentle, long-term power. Like, we can influence people in the most subtle of ways. And actually, and this again goes to seduction, actually have them doing things. This is how I teach seduction. I can have you thinking something was your idea and it was my idea all along. Oh, you think that you chose me? No, I chose you. I gave you open body language. I walked over to the bookshelf so you could start conversation, right? Yeah. I chose you, but I'm more than happy to have you feel like you approached me.
I love that. And you know what? Talk about submission. I also use this analogy. I think it's a perfect one. Do you salsa?
I've never tried salsa.
Okay, so salsa or bachata or kizomba, those type of dances are the perfect example of what submission look like, because the man is the leader. Yeah. The woman obviously dances and follow the man's lead. Now, when she really let go, like, it would just look, he would actually make her look good. Yes. So you don't even need to be a pro. Like, the woman doesn't even need to be a pro. As long as the man is a good leader and knows what he's doing, and you just let go and follow his lead, you can actually look like a pro. And that's a perfect example of you following his lead, you letting go, let him take the lead, and together, when you let go, you create this beautiful dance together. Yeah. And also, that's where power couple comes.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So I've always wanted to try bachata, actually.
Oh, I love bachata. I'm a bachata girl.
Oh, yeah?
Love it.
You
Yeah.
have to tell
We should
me
maybe
where
go
Yes,
together
that'd
one
be
day.
so
Yeah.
fun.
Okay. Next question. Oh, we kind of said it before, but why do I keep attracting feminine men? How can I attract masculine man?
Yeah.
You
Okay.
answer that. Yeah.
You have to. I'm gonna say something different because we've touched on this multiple times. The obvious answer is to be more feminine, but I think you have to make it clear that there is room for a masculine man to come into your life. And it's in the smallest things, right? So even something as simple as approaching, right? I hear this thing of, you know, a woman should either never approach a man or a woman should go right up to a man and tell him she's interested. It's like, no, if you go right up to him and tell him you're interested, you're setting off the dynamic that you are the pursuer and he is the, and that will work on a more feminine energy man. Be the middle ground, right? Give him the opportunity to show his interest, to take the lead, but make it easy for him. That's how you show your interest. Proximity, right? Open body language. And then I think another aspect is if you find that you keep attracting like feminine men, you really need to look at like yourself. Like, how are you moving through life? The smallest things. I saw a woman going through, like, kind of like we came into this building going through a door, and the man held the door open for her, and she's like, no, it's fine, I've got it, right? And so it's like, okay, we know you've got it. I know you can carry the bags to your car, right? I know that you can lift the 8 kg dumbbells. But allow someone, because the masculine wants to feel needed. The feminine wants to feel desired. So create, or at least allow the opportunities for that need to be showcased. And then the key thing is, which is where most women forget, show appreciation. Reward that.
Exactly. Yeah, pretty much what I was going to say as well. And about the appreciation, so like if you're in a relationship or in fact dating as well, do voice what is that you like. And because men like to feel appreciated, basically, if they like to gratitude. For example, let's say I don't know, you say dating, they take you to this nice nice restaurant, or to say, top of my head, you can just be like, oh, this is cute, you have, like you said earlier, you have such good taste.
Yeah. Can I teach a little trick that I think will be fun? I love to do this, which is called preemptive gratitude. So typically, like a woman in a dating scenario, she might, like, let's say the guy buys her flowers. She might give the compliment because she's heard what she says, and she says, babe, I love when you buy me flowers. And do you know what she's gonna get? Flowers every single week for the next 10 years. And she's gonna call me, only gets me flowers. See, this is where the feminine is, because feminine is strategic. Instead of saying, I love that you get me flowers, say what you want to see more of. Compliment the quality that you want to see. So I might say, I love that you're always finding new ways to surprise me.
And also, this is inspiring them to be more in a masculine.
Exactly. So if I say, I love that you're so funny, does that make you want to be more funny or less funny? More funny, right?
Exactly. And also, I think is when you're not showing appreciation and you're just complaining, they're gonna be like, oh, there's no point in me trying then, isn't it? And I used to be so masculine with my ex. Now I know, because I know this time a lot of women would think, but my man he doesn't do much, so I'm just like, you know what, I can't bother to wait, I might as well just do it. And I used to be that person. I used to be like, oh, you know what, you're so long, I might as well just do it myself, and just did everything, and I took charge of everything, and I just never trusted him in the end. So he was a very masculine man, but he just was just lazy, like it was just long with everything. So because he knew I would take care of everything, I'm just, oh, you know what, I know she'll get things done anyway, so might as well just let you do it. So that being said, if you keep communicating about the problem and it doesn't change, then maybe you should consider whether this guy's for you or not then.
Correct.
Oh, this is actually, so we actually answered this question already. I need to be with a masculine man so I can be feminine. I don't want to be masculine. Anything to add to that? Because we pretty much answered that.
Even the way the question is phrased is I need this now. We answered that. Unless you want to add anything to that.
If you don't want to, he says, I don't want to be masculine, then don't be masculine.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
it.
I would question why.
Yeah.
Because it seems like that might just be who she is. So perhaps there's something that she wants that maybe she's attached being feminine to.
And also maybe because of her childhood. So maybe not childhood, maybe it could be a past relationship that made you really masculine because maybe it broke your trust. So go back to your past wounds, heal that inner child.
Yeah.
Once you heal that, then you will be able to be like comfortably drop into your feminine energy. Feel safely. You feel safe to be in your feminine. How can I be more feminine when it comes to dating? I'll feel rude and unfair if I don't pay at least my half when I go on dates.
Why don't you start? What do you think about that?
First of all, it's not rude. I don't think it's rude and unfair because, like I always say, if they ask you on a date, you're giving your time.
Yeah.
Of course they're gonna pay. Yeah. Now, if they didn't ask you, you suggested it, which I don't do it anyway. But if you are that person, then I still think the man should pay because he should be showing that that he's a man, he can take care of you, and the generosity.
Yeah.
So
I agree with you on that.
Just stand your ground and learn how to receive.
Receive. So what I would add to that is address the guilt. Why do you feel guilty? Because I found with my clients, sometimes they feel like they now owe this person something. Or perhaps the guilt is I'm afraid that he's going to think I'm only interested in him because of his money or his status. And so that goes down to self-worth. And that goes down to what you believe that you deserve and what you believe that the universe has to offer you.
Yes. Yeah. And also, because you just met this guy, for example, so you don't know what the future holds. He might not even be the one. So just show up as your true authentic self, and just if he thinks you're a gold digger for not offering to pay, then he's not for you.
The trash is taking itself out.
You don't need to prove your worth from paying.
Yes.
Just be you, and he will know. If he's the one, he will see your true worth. Your value and stuff like that.
It will make him feel good. If he's the one, he will feel fulfilled doing that.
How do I embrace my femininity?
Just how?
Yeah.
Okay, so I will share two things. Because I feel like everything. What I would do, I would, on the surface, number one, just start connecting to my body more. I think that's probably one of the most underrated piece. And when I get this question, people want me to say wear this and do your hair like this, and they always get disappointed because it's all internal. It's all the inner work. Number two, I want you to go. I have a book, by the way, a free book called How to Be More Authentically Feminine in 21 Days.
I love that.
And in there, you learn about the 7 feminine archetypes. And because society likes to paint femininity as this one thing.
Is it the huntress, maiden, all that?
Yes, right? Not everyone is, Belle from Disney. Some women are Catwoman from DC? Marvels,
I think.
One of them.
Hope so. Don't kill us. Don't kill us if you're a Marvel fan.
Some women are Catwomen, and so you might align more to one archetype than the other. So find out about those archetypes. Obviously, I recommend my book. But yeah, when you find out about those archetypes, I give 3 things for each one of those that you can do to be more authentically feminine. And all of it at first involves journaling. So journaling is one of those things that, because you want to get to know yourself, you want to talk to yourself, let your thoughts out, stop being numb, stop suppressing how you feel, etc. So I think those would be the things I'd start off with.
Journaling is part of my self-love journey, but it is connected to the feminine energy as well. How I embrace my feminine was it femininity or feminine energy? Femininity. I mentioned feminine energy as well anyway. Embracing my menstrual cycle, syncing my fitness, my life and my diet with my cycle, doing what I love, doing what brings me joy. I always think does this align with my soul? Does this make me feel good? If it doesn't, then I won't do it. That's how I embrace my femininity. What else do I do? I do. So natural to me. Like, I'm trying to think now.
I'm like everything I do is feminine in a way.
Yeah.
Like the way you dress,
Dance.
the way you walk. Dancing is one of those things.
Dancing for me, 100%.
How that is the one of the biggest things that I can tell how feminine a woman is by her ability not to dance technically, but her ability to just dance, to let go.
Yes.
And because I know this, when I was in my masculine energy, I'd yearn inside to dance, but I'd be so stiff.
Because you were so much in your head.
So much in my head. And when you're really in your feminine, it doesn't matter where you are. There's a reason why you see all this woo stuff of women being naked in forests and dancing.
Free.
It's free. Yeah. It's freeness.
Also, it's like surrendering and going with the flow is a feminine energy. Yes. So when you're letting go, like being so free dancing, you're surrendering. You don't care what people think. Yeah. And that's magnetic as well. Because you know when you see people like dancing, like they're living their life, you're like, are you so drawn to them? It's because they're free. Yeah. So that's how you be magnetic as well. What do you think of women submitting to men?
Okay. I think when it comes to submitting to a man, you just need to make sure you're doing it for the right man. You know, like I'm naturally a submissive person anyway, so it's never really been an issue for me. The only time it's ever been an issue for me is when I then identify that this person doesn't have the evidence to show that I should be following them. But I think it's submission, you have to understand, implies choice. If there is no choice, it's not submission. It's at that point, it's slavery, right? Yeah. So submission is about you having an option and you choosing to go with this other person's decision, ultimately because they know best. But in a proper relationship dynamic, it comes down to being respected and being cherished. The feminine wants to be cherished. The masculine wants to be respected. So you might think, okay, but I also want respect. I'll ask you why. And I don't mean on the human level. I mean in terms of one or the other. You might say, well, I want my feelings to be considered and I want to have a say in all of that stuff, similar to why you might not want to submit. You have to realize that if you're cherished, the person who is cherishing you will consider you regardless. They will want to hear your opinion. They will want your best interests at heart. They will want you to be happy. Yeah. And that's kind of how I see submission.
Yeah, so I want to add, agree. I want to add to that. So basically, also, the word submit, I think a lot of people are so triggered is because they think when you say submit, you think you have no say in, you're weak, you have no stage, like you're not important. It's not that. It's nothing to do with that. Yeah. So the guy I last dated, he goes to me. So one time, basically, I was sitting next to him, had my legs on top of his leg like that. And he goes to me, I love the fact that you just fully submit to me. Your body language just shows that you fully submit to me, but yet you're not weak. You're still strong, like, and then, but you just submit to me. You make me feel like you make me feel very masculine, and you're just so free. I'm just like, that's because I trust you. Yes. And because you're masculine, you naturally put me into my feminine. Although I'm already feminine, but you bring that femininity out more. And and I submit to you because I trust you. That's a very nice
compliment to receive.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, the next one. This is cool. Different. How do you flirt femininely? How do you flirt femininely?
This one word, insinuation. That's all you need. Insinuate. I think when it comes to flirting, people think that girls think like I have to try so much, and you don't. It's all about hinting at possibility. One thing, like I love to give practical tips. So for example, the voice. As women, our voice is so powerful and it's so evocative. And when you hear feminine voice, you think that your voice is supposed to be high like this, and you're supposed to speak really quickly.
Yeah, and to be feminine, you have to be soft spoken, right. but it's not. Yeah,
no. Yeah. Do you know what's you could? Again, that insinuation thing, but I say you can slow down and then also lower your tone. So simply, the moment you slow anything down, it just becomes more sensual. And so women are afraid, like, I'm speaking in a more, that's just my natural cadence, but I'm speaking in a more slow and, maybe even sensual way right now. And I'm talking to you, the camera.
She's seducing the camera.
I'm seducing you. I'm flirting with you, but I'm literally talking about a camera. But it's this insinuation. So on a technical level, if you want to give off that vibe of insinuation, slow down and then just lower your pitch. But don't do it all the time. Play with it.
Yes, because let me tell you something. My ex, one of my ages ago. So when we got together, I started talking like more always like this on the phone.
Yeah.
Hi, how are you? You know, because I kept doing it, and he goes to me, "Oh, your voice is just irritating me now."
Right.
And I was like, okay. But then there was a time and place for it. And so the last person I dated, I was like, sometimes when I'm so calm, when I'm with him, I'm so calm.
Yeah.
So naturally, I would drop my tone, my voice. So when I'm talking to him, we're just hugging. And I'm just like, yeah, so what are you doing over the weekend? Like that. And he goes to me, even the way you speak is so sexy. I'm like, really? I was like, it's just, you're calming me. That's why, like that. But yeah.
Yeah.
That's I think, to answer the question, that's how I flirt as well.
That's very flirtatious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
All right, last question. How do I use my feminine energy to attract men? It's very common.
Just be feminine.
Just be feminine.
Just literally, that's we taught. Use Cilia's magnetism formula. Boom.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. Actually, there's one more. How do I start being more feminine? So because this one is actually a good one because a lot of times, but how do I start?
Yeah.
Like, but do I do this first or this first? Yes. So
on a practical level, find ways to embrace going with the flow. And so, for example, like I used to struggle with this if I was going out with friends. I need to know exactly when we're meeting, what time. Okay, if any of us aren't able to meet, what's the meeting point and all of this. And it was difficult for me to be able to be like, I'm going to let you make the plans. Or even if the plans change, to not be frustrated and to not be annoyed. And find ways in which you can let go. Yeah. And then number 2, find small ways in which you can create opportunities for people to serve you. Yeah. Right? Because if you've been naturally operating your masculine, that's not happening. But something as small as you dragging your suitcase to your Uber, and instead of you opening the boot by yourself, give the driver a smile on the way. Watch him come out. And if he doesn't come out, just say, would it be a bother to help me put my suitcase in the back, please? You get used to that being in that receptive mode. What would you add?
You know what you just said about having to plan this and that, right? One of my clients, coaching clients, she was literally like that. Yeah. She said she has a problem. She's problem with letting go of control. She always have to know in advance what she needs to do. Right. And I said to her, look, I'm going to give you an exercise. Go with the flow, and let go of control. I know it's hard, but you have to let go of control if that is the main problem. She was like, okay. And then she started doing that for like the weekend. She didn't plan anything, and she said that she loved it. She was so just so relaxed. Yes. She wasn't stressed. Yeah. She was just happy.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. It feels so good. Yeah. It feels so good to just let go.
What's the question again? What did you say? How to stop being more? Yeah. And also I would say one thing at a practical level, go dancing. Yeah. That's it. Number 1, go dancing.
Or even just dance in your bedroom. If you feel too uncomfortable to dance in a group, just put on some music. And I think with the dancing, surrender. Do whatever movement you feel called to.
How the music. Go to ecstatic dance. Ecstatic dance is literally you just move with whatever people go. It's like a party, basically, rave, where you have to be sober. You can't be. You have no drugs, no alcohol, basically. And you're not allowed to talk to people. You just vibe. Everyone there is just to dance. Wow. No one cares about musicality, whatever. You literally just there to dance.
To make a note of that. What's it called?
Ecstatic dance. Ecstatic dance. Yeah.
That sounds so fun.
Yeah. Anyway, so let's wrap it up here. Oh my God, we've gone so quick.
This was so fun.
Yeah.
I could talk to you forever.
Yeah. Can we do that again next time, another time?
Yes,
oh
yes,
God,
we
it.
should.
Yeah.
I would love to.
Anyway, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for inviting me.
Tell us your socials. How can people find you and all of that?
Yeah, so you can find me on pretty much any social media platform, The Fem Guide. That's TheFemMeguide, The Fem Guide. Post every single day for the last 4 years on Instagram, sometimes twice a day, kind of stuff we talked about here. I post on TikTok. And then my name is Cat Shanu. So my personal page, if you want to stay in tune with my dance, health, lifestyle journey, that's at Cat Shanu on Instagram.
Cute. I actually really enjoyed this.
Oh, I'm like, girl, we could go forever.
Yeah. Definitely would do a part 2 if you guys like it. Well, I'm sure you like it. Also, remember to send us your questions and then we can answer more.
Yes.
Thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, you know the drill. Subscribe, show us love, share it to people who you feel will benefit from it. And see you at the next episode. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
This was so great.
You know what? There's so much. I was like,
do you want to start a podcast together?